Okay, so the new camera's finally here, and you're looking at me through it. Let's do a quick comparison here and show the webcam, which I have flipped, and then the new camera. That's a huge difference, isn't it? I love it. All right, so today's video I got for you just a little rant about how forums are definitely dead, and I completely wholeheartedly believe that. It seems to be like they're just the scourge of the earth and everybody on them's useless. Now, when I say that, I said that statement a little too vague there, because I wouldn't say that any of your super niche kind of forums are dead, because there's definitely some good ones out there, like PCM hacking. That one's a pretty good forum. It's just some really technical information that you're not going to find other places. Digital Chaos is all right. I mean, it's completely full of people just going, "Hey, here's this dump, fix it for me." So that one can be kind of obnoxious, but there's still a lot of really good information on that forum. And then you got let's see, EVV blog or EEV blog, sorry. Their forum's pretty good. You really find out a lot of stuff that's kind of, they're just there's a bunch of engineers on there. There's a wealth of knowledge that you just can't access in other places. Same with like the Arduino forums. Those are really good. You really don't have to ask very many questions on them though, because it seems everything that you can do with an Arduino has already been done. But God, these car talk forums have just really become utter garbage. I don't. I'm just gonna have to show you. I'll just have to show you. So. Okay, so here we go. Here's showing it. So last night I received this message. It was basically telling me that they didn't like my post that I made and claimed that I was doing it self-promotion, which sure I linked to my YouTube channel in it, saying like, hey, if you don't want to read the whole write-up, check out the video. But it's not a business or money-making venture. I don't make any money off of YouTube. This is not a monetized channel. Sure, one day I'd love to be monetized, but I'm not there yet. And so, in no way, shape, or form is this a money making venture. And, I'm not doing videos on YouTube to be monetized. I'm doing it to teach other people how to do instrument cluster repairs. If that so happens in the future where one day I make it to that point and I get a little money out of it, which would be minuscule because that you don't make any money unless you're in the 100,000 subscriber mark, anyways. So, which I'll probably never make it there. I'm not trying to make it there, but yeah. So there's what they accused me of. Here's the post that I had made, which is a write-up of how to do odometer correction on your '03 to '07 Silverado. So basically, all what you get here is, disclaimer, you can just order a tool to do this instead of having to take apart the whole board and do it, but here's the cheapest way to do it with less than $100 worth of tools. I basically explain what all you need and then how to get it out, take the EEPROM off, and then there's a little fork in the road here of you can either program your EEPROM if you need to, or you can just swap the EEPROM off the old board onto the new board, and then just continue on. So nowhere in there did I mention, hey, send this to me for repair. I'll do it for you for X amount of dollars. Nowhere in there did I mention that I take them as mail-ins. And nowhere in there did I say, hey, subscribe to my channel or anything like that. So I'm definitely not violating any of those rules. So then let's go on to, here's what I got the next day is down right around here. Move my hand. There we go. They've determined that my stuff was inappropriate, so they're going to delete it. And then there's two messages below where they had deleted what they sent me. So I asked, hey, what are these two that you removed? Why did it get removed under self-promotion? Because I don't know. And then it goes that they just decided it was not appropriate. So then I ask, hey, what level of board repair can I post? Because this is clearly either somebody works there, does instrument cluster repair, and this is going to hurt their business, one of their vendors, or that way, or they're concerned about the legal ramifications of odometer correction. So let's cover the legal ramifications of odometer correction. First, you are required to one of two things: correct your odometer if you put a new one in there. First, before I continue on with this, I am not an attorney. Don't take this as legal advice, but this is just kind of from what I've read online and my understanding of the law. But I am not an attorney, so if you get in any trouble, that's on you. This is not legal advice. All what I'm saying is if you buy a junkyard instrument cluster, you buy an eBay instrument cluster, you buy a used instrument cluster from someone else, you have one of two options. Program it to the correct mileage, or replace the chips on it, make it the correct mileage, or disclose that the mileage is not correct when you sell it. You're committing a crime if you do not disclose it. If you go fraudulently saying, hey, yeah, this is X amount of miles on it, and it's either direction. If it's up or down, it's still odometer fraud. So you have to disclose that stuff either direction, up or down. Doesn't matter. So the whole purpose of this write-up is for people that have bought junkyard clusters and they want to get their mileage back on there because they didn't know beforehand or whatever. So you are legally required to do that. Of one of two things. You don't have to have it correct. So the other thing is you can argue, well, it's not a crime to roll back the odometer. It's a crime to sell it that way. Of rolling it back to 100 miles and being like, yeah, this is a super low mileage vehicle or whatever. That's a crime once you start selling it. But if you plan on keeping the vehicle forever and you roll it back, that's on you. You're technically not committing a crime in that point. But I'm not an attorney, so don't take this as legal advice. I'm not telling you that you can legally roll it back because you can't. As soon as you go to sell it and you go, yeah, this is the odometer mileage, or you give some BS story of, oh, I don't know, I think it's the mileage. You're still defrauding the person. So that is still a crime, and that's where the odometer tampering laws come in. Is on you trying to disclose something to somebody else. So let's go into this company some more. So clearly, somebody in the company is just not happy about this. So here is where this is a crime, and this is openly discussed on your forum every day. And it's not just DPF. You have catalytic conversion, delete, exhaust gas reflow or recirculation, deletes, all of that information's on this forum, and people are openly discussing it. You can search it and find it. Where people were talking about it as recently as January 27th. So yeah, this forum, I don't know what got their panties in such a bunch over odometer correction, but they will talk about this stuff, which is definitely a crime. It is definitely illegal to do this yourself or as a business to do this. You can't be doing that, and you can face some really serious fines for it. So, yeah, I'm curious on what this company would have to say. So here are their rules. So they said they had a rule against doing anything for making money for you, and this is literally your terms of service when you agree. And the terms of service down at the very bottom are pretty similar, pretty cut and dry terms of service that just don't go into anything here. So these are just super vague, and definitely nowhere in there does it say that I cannot discuss instrument cluster repair or how to program the odometer. It does not discuss money-making ventures, so I don't know what these rules are they're talking about. But yeah, and so this is the shithole of a company that owns the forum. So they're concerned about advertising revenue, because if you look at their website, like this is their actual website, it's all advertising. There's nothing else. Like that's all what they do is advertise shit. So. And this is who actually owns that company. So VerticalScope is clearly another shithole country. Over 1,000 websites and 300 plus transactions. Yeah, that's what they do is buy shit and try to do marketing with it. So two really shithole companies owning that forum. So yeah, I totally understand why I'm dealing with bullshit on there. So yeah. Forums are dead, in my opinion. Nobody uses them anymore. And the only thing worse than, yes, that is all I had for. There's anything worse than, the only thing worse than these like Silverado-Sierra forums or other car forums are the groups on Facebook. I mean, they're absolutely the worst. You just run into these like super toxic users where all's what it is God, it's like every other question on the Facebook groups are like, will this oil work in my car? How high of how big of a tire can I fit without a lift? How how high can I go? All sorts of stupid shit. Is this oil pressure correct? Oh God, you see that at least once a day on the GMC Silverado Sierra forum, whatever it's called. It's on Facebook, but it's a really large group. There's at least I think it was like 40,000 or 60,000 members on there. It's really active, but like once a day you get a picture of somebody's oil pressure, and it's like, is this the correct oil pressure? And with no other details, no temperatures, nothing. So yeah, definitely. Facebook groups are even worse, but I have to get on them because I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to self promote, and yes, I was definitely self promoting on your website, but not blatantly. I wasn't saying, "Hey, come to my website," or come to. Yeah, I wasn't trying to make money. I'm just trying to grow my channel and get some more subscribers. So yeah, forums are dead. They're really the scourge. But you have to use them if you're going to try to promote yourself doing a YouTube channel. You have to get in there and make people aware you exist, because the algorithms just aren't going to pick you up on its own. You gotta let people know you exist. So that's about all I had for this video. Is just kind of a fuck you to Vertical Slope, and fuck you to AutoGuide. Y'all are absolute trash. Your moderators are total trash on your forums. They're insulting their members, and then another moderator will threaten to lock them, and they'll be like, "Well, I'm a moderator. I'll just unlock it." Like I literally read that in a post a couple of days ago on there. Um, God, that website's garbage. It's managed by people that couldn't give two shits less about their website. They just want to, bleed it dry for as much advertising revenue as possible. And let me just shake you down for your business venture here. Yeah, I didn't want to pay your fees, so fuck you. I'm not making any money off this. I'm not going to advertise. So move on. If you ban me from the forum, one of two things will happen. I'll come back with another username, or I'll just move on. There's plenty of other forums that are significantly better than yours. So, yeah, go fuck yourself. And that's all I have for today. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it the thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, you're probably the fucking assholes that run the forum. And if you'd like to subscribe and see more content like this, subscribe and let me know down in the comment section if you like my worthless rants of I can't stand these companies. And yes, I do keep looking up. My screen is right here while the camera's right there. I keep looking at what I got written on there, so that is why I kept staring up at the monitor instead of looking at you guys on the camera. So, yeah, what can you do? I'll see you guys in the next